Welcome back, everybody. We're back together with another video, and the Acolyte star Amandla Stenberg put out a video, and she has acknowledged that the Acolyte is uncanceled. But guess who she is blaming?
The alt-right and conservative.
Yeah, she's blaming the alt-right and conservatives, and racism, bigotry. She also says something about voting. I'm sorry. If you actually go out there and vote for Kamala Harris, this wouldn't make this show any better.
No.
I mean, voting has nothing to do with how bad this show was. Let's not waste any time. Let's go ahead and start reacting to some of this, okay? Here we go.
However, I feel... Okay. Okay. Hello. I thought I would get on here and just speak candidly. I hate doing this. But I'm gonna do it. I don't use social media very much anymore. And I'm so happy about that. But there are many folks out there that I want to acknowledge and I want to show appreciation and love and support for. So that's why I'm hopping on here to talk about this, which is that our Star Wars show has been canceled.
So it is official. So she acknowledged that the show is canceled. Not a surprise to anybody. The show stinked, by the way. Anyway, let's listen on.
And I'm gonna be transparent and say that it's not a huge shock for me. Of course, I live in the bubble of my own reality, but...
Okay, she just said that it's not a shock to her.
She is expected to have criticism.
But I believe she's not shocked for other reasons like quote-unquote racism and stuff like that.
For those who aren't aware, there has been a rampage of vitriol that we have faced since the show was even announced, when it was still just a concept and when no one had even seen it. And that's when we started experiencing a rampage of, I would say, hyper-conservative bigotry and vitriol, prejudice, hatred, and hateful language towards us. And this really affected me when I first got the job, because it's just not something, even though I anticipated it happening, it's not something you can fully understand what it feels like until it's happening to you. However, I feel like I've kind of moved through those feelings in various ways, including being vocal about it myself. For me, it just became a situation where there was no option but for me to honor my sense of ethics and my belief system and my value system while being in this very unique position. It was kind of like I had this very unique experience of experiencing the world at large, which is, of course, hyper-divisive right now, through the lens of this very, very unique opportunity of being in Star Wars. And it brought up a lot for me, a lot socio-political dynamics, a lot about my own value system, how I respond to that kind of hatred, how I move through the world at large. And it just became inarguable for me at a certain point that in order to continue to be myself, I would have to honor my value system by being vocal, even within the context of working for Disney and working within the large, massive IP that is Star Wars. On that topic, I just have to say it has been...
Oh, I'm going to stop it real quick. Where was all of this bashing Star Wars from conservatives when George Lucas was running the company? You never heard anything about his movies being bashed by conservatives?
No, but I heard someone say there's still some criticism from about the movie, but not.
Which movie?
I'm not sure. Like
the prequels. Now the prequels got backlash, but guess what? That had nothing to do with politics or anything like that.
no, but I'm saying even though there's criticism, but I didn't say George Lucas act saying that the fan of bigotry or
No.
the actor or the actress.
George
saying
never
anything.
attacked the fans, but this version of Star Wars attacks the fans. They call everybody that doesn't like their products racist and sexist, and this is really no different right here. You know what? She's going to bring in the alt-right, basically saying they don't like people of color in Star Wars. Newsflash, Billy D. Williams was in the original trilogy of Star Wars. Everybody loved him. Samuel L. Jackson was Mace Windu. Everybody loved him. Mm-hmm. So this is complete BS. Princess Leia was a woman, a major star in the original trilogy. Everybody loved her. Mm-hmm. Now, one thing she's not going to bring up is that, hey, we just had bad writing and bad acting in the show. Maybe fans, don't like movies or TV shows in this case with bad acting and bad writing. Mm-hmm. Yeah, let's go on.
An incredible honor and dream for me to be in this universe. It still feels, even though, of course, I'm very sad about the show being canceled, and I'm sad about us not being able to give people who are invested into it more, because I just feel a lot of levity and joy around the fact that I got to experience it, and that people loved it, and that people were so responsive. I poured through a lot of different iterations of fan art and ship art and fan theories and things that were just so beautiful and filled my heart with joy. And I just want to let those people know out there who supported us in that way, and supported us vocally despite and in the face of all of the vitriol that we received and the kind of the targeted attack, I would say, we received by the alt-right.
What targeted attack? What targeted attack? When she's talking about alt-right, she's talking about like neo-Nazis or whatever. Maybe I missed that. I mean, the alt-right, in this case, since she's actually bringing it up, I don't remember the alt-right saying anything about Samuel L. Jackson or Billy D. Williams being in Star Wars.
I really don't understand. When people say alt-right, is it, they're saying KKK or
They're talking about like neo-Nazis and people like that. They basically just talking about like racism and stuff like that.
So basically, they are mixing together that since they all think all white people are evil, according to them, right?
Pretty much, for the most part.
So they think that, and they also included people who don't like the show are all right.
All right, yeah. Newsflash, I'm not even all right.
Yeah,
You're not
I'm
all
not
right.
even
Newsflash, also, John Campea said this was a bad show. I wouldn't call him a conservative at all. He said it's just a bad show. Christian Harloff said it's a bad show. The show is just bad. But her excuse is it's the all right. Let's go ahead and finish this out.
Just that you were deeply loved and appreciated, and it made this job all the worthwhile for me, and it made all of the challenging elements of it completely worthwhile for me. And so that, plus my love of sci-fi and fantasy, and being able to be a part of the legacy of something that I so deeply value and something that means so much to me and I've looked up to for so long. So I also just want to say thank you to Lucasfilm for just being a fucking awesome team. They were so wonderful to work with, and just everybody that I worked with in Lucasfilm, particularly Rain Roberts, my producer, was just had such like vision and hope and like such a mission for what we were going to continue bringing into the sci-fi universe and into the Star Wars universe. And it was a really beautiful, energizing, life-changing experience to be a part of. And I have to thank Leslie Headland, who I just fucking love that bitch. She just, excuse my French, she's just one of the best people in the world. I think she's so incredibly talented and unique and kind, and I'll love her forever, and I love this experience with her forever. But at the end of the day, I also just want to thank everybody who watched it. Thank you for being so loving and supportive and excited and nerdy and awesome, and I'll continue to process this for a long time. But maybe the last thing I want to say on the subject is that we all exist in the context of all in which we live. But I'm serious. It's not lost on me how the way that these events have unfolded is also due to the hyper-divisiveness of the time that we live in, that is driven, I would say at this point, by echo chambers of thought and algorithms that reinforce our biases. And I think that applies to everybody. But I think that in a particular sect of people, it manifests as a lot of fear for what is changing and a lot of hatred for anything that is other. And I would challenge us all and challenge myself to continue questioning what it is that I digest, and think critically about what shapes it. And let's vote, y'all. Let's vote. Let's vote. I think that's all I have to say. Wow, this is 10 minutes long. We'll see if I post this. Bye.
Wow. Go vote. Go vote. I wish we could actually vote on Kathleen Kennedy running Lucasfilm, because I'm pretty sure she would be voted out quick, fast, and in a hurry. Right?
Yes.
I mean, what do you make of this overall? This right here, she comes off as so childlike here. I mean, she was kind of like joking about, I mean, if it was truly like, you know, racism and stuff like that, would she actually be laughing about it? Maybe she doesn't even truly believe this.
You know, I think in the entertainment industry, I know being an actress is hard, and it needs a lot of work and memorize the line and action and stuff.
Some of the acting was so bad in this, I don't know.
Yes, and it's, as I said, this industry is more subjective than objective. It's not like math. You know, it's not like 1 + 1 is 2, and it's objective, it's subjective. Is people have different opinion about the movie or TV show. And for me and you and others, when we will talk about the movie or TV show, is about the performance, what's in the movie, what we don't like, not about the person in general.
I don't even think she was the worst part of this show. She was not the worst part of the show. I mean, I thought that the worst character actually got killed off. Yord was worse than her character.
Yes.
He was horrible. He was absolutely terrible. But you see, this is what happens when you actually focus so much on DEI. And I'm pretty sure Lucasfilm knew that this show was going to bomb. They had to know the show wasn't good. But they spent $180 million just to call people racist who didn't like it.
Yes, and that will turn away the Star Wars fan and the people who love Star Wars.
But I think they already turned off. It didn't take this show. They were already checked out. But this show right here probably drew the last few people over the edge right there.
But do they know that if they enter into this industry, they should expect criticism? Because
not in the modern era. In the modern era is if the fans criticize, that means they're racist. That's what it means today.
But they should know this industry is very subjective.
Well, the fans have an opinion. If they can accept it, well, too bad, so sad.
Yes, just to work it out instead of calling
Right.
fan.
Yeah, write better. Have a better story. Mm-hmm. I mean, get people that are qualified. Hollywood is creatively bankrupt for the most part. But gonna leave right there, guys. What do you guys think of this? Amandla Stenberg here coming out there and saying something like this here. That's gonna wrap it up, guys. We'll be back tomorrow in another video. Until then, be safe.
Goodbye.